So when Roz and I spun Affectiva out of MIT, I remember that day very well. We sat around a table and we said, okay, what's non-negotiable? You know, we understand that like any technology, there are potential for good, but there's also potential for abuse. So we kind of discussed, okay, where do we draw the line? And we agreed that we're only going to do use cases or applications of this technology where we can get people's consent and opt-in. And so far, that's been the case. We always tell people, okay, there's going to be a camera here, it's going to be measuring and identifying your expressions, and we're using it for this purpose. With our SDK, all the processing happens on the device, and so we never store any information about, we never store any video data, for instance, and it's all just in time, on the fly analysis, which helps with privacy a lot. And generally speaking, we take that very seriously. I mean, I'm a big believer that your emotions are very personal data. And so there needs to be a value in it for you. In the advertising world, the value is, we onboard panelists, and they're paid panelists. In every other application, it makes the experience better. Like if you're interacting with a social robot, well, you're not really going to enjoy that experience if the robot's not social and can't tell if it's annoying you or not. And so we're big on this idea that you're giving up some very personal information, and there has to be some value in it in return. I also think as a company and at the forefront of this technology, it is our responsibility as a team to educate the public. And so we are often engaging the public in discussions around, okay, how does this technology work? It's not a black box. We talk a lot about the machine learning mechanics behind the technology. We talk about the drawbacks. We talk about, the different privacy guidelines. We take that very seriously, and I think it is our responsibility as a startup to do that. So Emotion AI is a core AI capability that is becoming that is growing into a multi-billion-dollar industry that is transformative to many different verticals. So we got our start in media research and advertising, but we're now quickly expanding into other verticals, such as automotive, for instance. In the automotive space, as we transition into semi-autonomous and then fully autonomous vehicles, it is going to be imperative that these cars understand the mental state of the drivers, especially if the car wants to relinquish control back to a driver. Is the driver awake? Is the driver paying attention? Is he or she texting, distracted, watching a movie? And that's going to become very critical. We're also finding that cars are redefining themselves as conversational infotainment interfaces. And they want to understand the emotional engagement of the user and personalize the experience. Could personalize the lighting in the car, the music in the car. And so that's looking to be a very big market for us. Beyond that, we're excited about opportunities in education, for instance. As more and more of our learning migrates online, and I have two kids, and I'm seeing that. There's the dropout rates for a lot of these online learning courses is pretty high because these systems have no understanding of your emotional engagement. An online MOOC does not, it has no sense of, are you confused, are you bored, the way an awesome teacher would. And so our technology could bring that kind of adaptation and personalization to online education. So we're excited about that use case. And then ultimately, one area that I'm very passionate about, which brings me back to my roots here, is mental health. I do think there is a huge potential for this application to allow us to objectively quantify our mental health disorders like depression or pain, or assess suicide in a way that was not possible before.